The sign here says I'm live, and I don't believe it. I feel kind of rough in the morning. Morning. How you guys doing today? Go ahead and give me a thumbs up on there so I can see that you are alive. And drop something in the comments so I could see your beautiful handles. That sounded bad. Wow, I just lost all my viewers. Shocker. All right, guys. I'm going to tell you a tale of madness. JH, hello, everybody. Oh my God. So did anyone catch the UFC fight last night? The fights? Anyone watching the fights? Dude, I am rough as shit right now. I am as shocking as a $3 bill. I'm just making shit up. That doesn't even make sense. Hey, dude. Listening at work, so hopefully won't get any distractions. Yeah, dude. Like, jobs. What the fuck, dude? Oh my God. Makes sense to me. Cool, dude. Awesome. My simile game is fucking on point today. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys a story that will I don't know if I'm gonna make this into a poem or a short story or what the fuck I'm gonna do. So I'm sure you guys have all been there. You go, you know one person, okay? And that one person takes you to a party where there are lots of people that you have never met before in your life. And you say to yourself, I could either sit in the corner and not talk to anybody because this is weird, or I could be a huge ass and just fucking go around and cause trouble. Which one do you think I fucking did? That is the question to you guys. I will let you have a moment to answer while I open up the hair of the dog that humped my leg last night. Oh my God. Oh. Huge ass. Yes, I'm gonna play some smooth huge ass. Yeah, I was the huge ass. I understand that you did that like that to probably trick the goddamn motherfucking algorithm thing so it wouldn't hide your shit. Oh my God. Now, I'm sure some of the people who watch this for some fucking reason are religious people. And I'm sure you guys can't hear it because I have all the windows on this side closed now. But I don't know if there's anything worse than waking up hungover to 3 or 4 different Hispanic churches singing hymns in Spanish, all off key. And then sometimes like two different churches that are going at the same time, like you will hear they're singing at once and it'll like blur together into a mess of melody that is constantly trying to fight each other and strangle the other one for supremacy, and they just do not work. Although it's funny because I'm pretty sure in most churches every fucking hymn or whatever is just in the key of C. And they're like, oh man, this is in C. Let's go for it. Blah. But I don't fucking know. Okay, so anyway, so I go to this fucking thing last night, and I was nervous about going just because I'm like, oh, do I really want to fucking do this? So, um, I don't know. Like I drank like a 6 pack before I left, and it took forever to get there. It was in Long Beach, and normally Long Beach is only like a half hour from where I'm at, but it took like an hour and 20 minutes because of the traffic through downtown. Uh, but anyway, so we were all going because this friend of ours is one of the trainers for the UFC fighter Carla something or another, who was the champion. Spoiler alert. Um, and so we got there, and there were like a bunch of matches on the card or whatever. And I haven't watched UFC since they started doing rounds and started doing judging. Like when I watched UFC, it was like no weight classes, put two motherfuckers in a cage, let them beat the shit out of each other until one of them gives up. That was fucking UFC. Now, it's not like that, and it hasn't been like that for fucking like 20 plus fucking years. So it doesn't really matter. Um, let's see here. NP Hunt says church singing is the worst. We used to live in a flat with an evangelical church next door. The preacher's Caribbean accent was a bit of a novelty that wore off real effing quick. Yeah, dude. Like the first like maybe 2 weeks I was here, the singing in Spanish was almost charming. Um, but then you also have these dudes on the corners with like bullhorns or little like karaoke machines, and they're just yelling at you that you're going to burn in hell unless you do what he says. And it is the most horrendous shit. And it's noon right now. Yeah, they won't get really going until like 3 after their church service. And then they'll start fucking like blah into their microphones, man. Fuck me. Okay, so anyway. So we get to this place. And again, I don't fucking know anybody, whatever. Um, and I was about to run out to go to the store and pick up some wine or something. And the chick whose place it was, she's like, "Oh, I got a couple bottles of red. If you like red," I'm like, "I do like red. Like, gimme." And so she had a bottle, a nice bottle of Pinot, and a kind of fancy bottle of Cab Sab, which is fine. Like, I I do both of those things finally. And then they had this other shit. It was called like ranch water. And ranch water is not water. It's fucking like hard seltzer. And I'm like, oh, well, you guys named that wrong. But whatever. And it was okay. It was a bit much. And then this dude shows up with this bottle of really fucking nice tequila, and like he wanted to do shots all night. So whenever something would happen, good or bad, or happy or sad, he'd be like, shots. And so we would all go do shots and stuff. And like they're like all like making sure they have limes and salt and all this shit. And I take my shot and then chase it with wine. And so I was getting stupid, in case you didn't know. In case you were wondering, did I get stupid? Well, I got really stupid. So the chick who whose apartment it was in this giant fucking building in Long Beach. She is a medical student, like a bunch of the people who were at this thing. And um her boyfriend, I think, yeah, they're not married, it's her boyfriend. He is a filmmaker. And so I started talking to him, and he had all this fucking cool ass equipment and all these cameras and shit. And we were talking shop. Um, And he is a Hispanic dude and cool as shit, looked like a fucking goddamn soap opera star. And I just thought he was like the coolest fucking guy. I'm like just like loving everything he's fucking saying and all this shit. And then like we start watching the fights or whatever. And then I thought I was standing up because I was sitting in the car the whole time, didn't want to sit down. I thought I heard someone knocking at the door, and I was the closest one to the door. And so I opened the door, and it's like 7 or 8 Hispanic dudes and chicks. And they look at me and they're like, "Oh, and I'm like, and they're like, is this homeboy's apartment?" And I'm like, "Who?" And I'm just sitting there with a glass of wine being a complete fucking asshole. And I'm like, and I'm just looking like a fucking dick and just being crazy looking and shit. And they're freaking out. And then I what did I say? I said, "I think you better just come inside," or something like that. And what was fucking dumb as shit was they were like all tripped out. They come in, and it turns out they're actually neighbors and live in the same building. And they had been into that apartment 100 fucking times. But when I answered the door, they thought they were at the wrong fucking apartment. And they were like all tripped out and stuff. And I'm like, I'm just fucking around. So now I'm decided I'm the Joker and I'm going to start doing all this stupid fucking shit. So the night goes on. And then a couple of the other people there were hardcore UFC watchers and bettors. Like they bet a lot and they had a lot of money on different fights throughout the night. And I don't fucking bet on UFC. I don't watch UFC, but I do bet on horses. And one of the things that you do when you bet on horses is you watch the post parade when the horses come out and walk the paddock. And you can look and see what a horse looks like. If the horse is feeling anxious, you could just tell these things by looking at them, right? And so these guys are like talking about who they think's going to win this fight and this fight. And so when they come out, I'm like, "Up, that guy's going to win." And like seriously, I should have been putting money down because I have never been this lucky. Okay? Ever this lucky. I picked right on every single fight. On the last fight, I got a little cocky and said that the guy who I thought was going to win would win in the second round, but it ends up he won in the 5th round. I don't know why I started throwing rounds out. Motherfuckers are like talking shit, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, this guy's going to win by round 2." And I became that fucking annoying guy. The annoying guy who has told everyone that they don't watch this and don't bet on it, but can pick the winner of every fucking fight. And I also hate this when you take someone to the track with you or something who's never fucking bet on horses before and they get a bunch right. They win a bunch of races. And they're like, "Oh, this isn't hard at all." Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I was that fucking guy last night. And it annoyed me. But I'm like, I already started. I can't slow down now. And so like I just kept going, "I fucking told you. Don't fucking listen to me. This is what you get, broke ass. Go fucking pay your fucking bet off, dude." I was just like being awful and annoying. And I was just like, why am I acting like this? And then this was the clincher. Okay. This is when I should have known that I should have left. Well, actually, it was a little bit before this. There was one point in the night where I went up to all the dudes at the thing. Because that was the other thing that was weird. Like, I'm a big dude, but I'm a big dude. Okay. All the other dudes that were there were like chiseled. Like, "Oh, like we need to make men out of marble. How do we do that? Oh, well, let's get the chisel and start working on it." And then they could all go watch the UFC fight. So all these dudes are like ripped and cut and all this shit. And I just kept going. I'm like, hey, let me put you in a chokehold. And I'm like, oh my God, what am I fucking doing? I'm like, dude, I bet I could fucking knock you out like really fucking quick. Like you won't even have a chance to tap. I can do it. Watch, let me try it. And everyone's like, no, no, no. And I'm like, all right, okay, that's cool. That's cool. And when I drink, I get all touchy and I'm fucking like smacking people on the back and on the shoulder and shaking them. I'm just that fucking guy. And I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? This is so embarrassing. And I could see myself do these horrible things and had no way of stopping it, allegedly, in my head. So this was the kicker. So then one of these dudes is like, oh, does anyone have cards? I know a magic trick. Okay. So he comes out and he does a fucking magic trick. Okay. It was actually a pretty good trick, but then the second time he did it, I figured out like what he was doing. This would make a great poem, and you should keep the part with the marble statues. Yeah, totally. Totally. I'll have to watch this back and write it all down. Okay. So, because somebody did a magic trick and impressed people, what do you think I fucking did? I'll give you a second or two to jot down in the comments what stupid thing you think this motherfucker did. Oh my God. Okay. Actually, let me light another one of these before I start. Asked if you wanted to play 52 card pickup. Actually, I should have. And if it was at a little kids party, I would have done that. But I'm dealing with medical students. Oh, and that's the other thing. So half the room was medical students, and the other half were filmmakers who basically specifically make commercials for the Latin America audience, I think, is what one of the dudes was telling me. So that was actually pretty funny. Is it still windy as shit, dude? I'm fucking burning up in this fucking. Yeah, okay. Is that okay? Whatever. Okay, so basically what I did was I fucking said, "Oh, I know a trick." So, and we're in the kitchen area, and there's this like dining room table kind of in the middle of it, and on the table is this big knife, like a butcher knife that they were cutting limes with. And I grabbed the fucking knife and I'm holding it like this. And I'm like, I know a fucking trick. And everyone like, whoa, like they back up. And I go to the guy who did the magic trick with the cards. I'm like, dude, give me your hand. And he's like, fuck you. And I'm like, dude, give me your fucking hand. And I'm holding this knife. Now looking back, I realize how crazy I must have looked to them who just fucking met me. I'm like, dude, just give me your hand and put it on the fucking table. And he jumps back and he's like, I need these hands. And so like I probably called him all sorts of names for not doing it. And I'm like going, Jesus Christ, I'm just trying to fucking perform magic here. And these motherfuckers won't fucking let me do it. Oh my God. And then this one chick, she's like, I'll do it. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, yeah. And so she puts her hand on the table. And I'm like, spread your fingers out. And she spreads her fingers out. And I grab her wrist. I take the knife up. It's over my head. I'm like moving in slow motion and shit. Everyone's like, and then the guy whose apartment it is, he's like, wait. And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, use the cutting board. Like, don't just put your hand on the table. And I'm like, oh, okay, oh, okay, okay. So then he goes and he gets a cutting board, and the cutting board washes it off, brings it over, puts it on the table. She puts her hand back on it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ. I grab her wrist and I'm putting the knife up like this. And the trick to the story, or the magic here, is this. I don't know any fucking magic tricks. I figured that if I started talking big and swinging a knife around, that someone would eventually just take the fucking knife from me. But for some reason in my head, I'm like, I can't let this dude have the fucking best magic trick of the night with his fucking cards. But I need to fucking, like, what's the word? Like when you're playing poker, I don't know. Like I need to bluff my way into being a magician here. And I thought since I was around a bunch of strangers and I'm fucking threatening to fucking chop some chick's fucking fingers off, that somebody would eventually say, Jesus Christ, put the knife down, man, or something. Nobody did. And I'm like, oh my God, this is actually going to happen. And because I'm me, I'm like, well, I'm gonna have to fucking do something now. Guess I'm gonna have to maybe pretend to chop a finger off or something. So I'm going up, and right before I fucking come down, the chick whose apartment is, she starts screaming, just like terror. And she's like, she's like, put the fucking knife down. Oh my God. And then this other chick came up behind me and pulled the knife out of my hand. And I'm like, what? You don't trust fucking magic? What the fuck is this? Jesus Christ. Great way to fucking entertain your guests. Fucking bring them in here, tell them they're going to get magic, and then take the fucking knife out of the magician's hand. Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm such a fucking idiot. I'm so fucking stupid. I am so fucking stupid. So then I'm like, all right, whatever. You guys don't want to fuck a magic show? Go ahead and watch your fucking fights again. You know, didn't mean to fucking interrupt. I go out, have a cigarette on the fucking deck, and right here, I should have said, oh, maybe I've worn out my welcome. Maybe I've worn out my welcome. Maybe it's time to go. But instead, I stuck around and drank 2 bottles of wine, had 7 or 8 or 12 shots of tequila, a ranch water. And some dude brought chocolate truffles, and I had like 3 of those little tiny truffles. And then, like, eventually, I don't remember what time it was or what was going on, but it was time to leave. But a bunch of time went by, and I was still like chumming it up with everybody, and everyone seemed entertained. Everyone seemed like they liked me being around, and all of a sudden, all the shit, whatever. And we start leaving, and this building that they live in is a huge new apartment high rise in Long Beach down by the harbor. And I don't know how many fucking floors there are. I didn't look at the elevator, but like we went like down the hall, turn right, down the hall, turn left, back way this way, over a bridge, to get to the fucking elevator that took us down to the garage. And then we had to do like the same fucking maze of shit through the garage to get to where we parked the car. And I guess I knew I was doing it. I don't know. It's weird when you look back on a fucking drunken night. Like, you can see yourself doing all of these ridiculous things, but like for some reason you are allowing yourself to do this stupid thing. So we're walking down the hallway, and I start opening everyone's fucking door, or trying to. Like, we would pass a door, I'd grab the knob, turn it, see if it would open. One door opened, and then I pulled it shut real quick because it wasn't locked, obviously. But most of the doors were locked. But because I was trying to get inside of everyone's apartment, this freaked out the woman whose apartment it was, which it should. And I'm fucking like stumbling into the wall, and oh, what a fucking nightmare! What a nightmare! And then I ended up at Jack in the Box. I haven't been there in a while. Had some tacos and some fries. And then somehow made it home, woke up, and I think, Alan, what's up, man? I think one of my toes is dislocated and my ankle is fucking huge. So I don't know what the fuck it did. But yeah. So long story short, do not ever get me drunk and try to perform magic. I think that's really the moral of the story here. So yeah, so that was my night, and I'm trying to um, get a little better. I feel like I went a little crazy with my germ protocol. I'm usually very neurotic about freaking out about germs, and there was no sanitizer in this apartment. And I didn't want to be the guy who kept running into the bathroom every time somebody touched me. Jack in the Crack. Yeah, dude. Oh, jalapeno poppers and chili fries. Yeah, dude. The thing I love about Jack in the Box, dude, is that they serve breakfast all the time. So, like, any kind of breakfasty anything, I'm on it. But last night I just needed some fucking tacos. Oh. So my hangover today isn't nearly as bad as I thought it would be. Yeah, do you know one with a knife that fucking you can actually do? Oh my god. Yeah. That was a thing, man. So how are you guys doing? What did you guys do last night? Make me feel better, guys. Good God. Ugh. Dude, it is so fucking windy. Oh, that's nice. I don't want that to slam shut. It will. Let's see if we could just do that. I don't want to shut it all the way. All right. At least you're not on a 16-hour night shift, if that makes you feel better. I'm going to be honest. It does. I'm sorry that that's where you are. And hopefully, on your 16-hour night shift, there are no knives or magic. $3 monster tacos, dude. Oh, watch college football all day. Who played? Who won? A chilly 49 degrees Fahrenheit in the wonderful city of Portland. Hey Al, are you annoyed or pissed off or happy about how teams keep leaving what division they're in to go to another one for TV deals and shit like that? Does that bother you as a college football fan? It's always sunny in LA. It's actually not always sunny in LA. It fucking rained like crazy for like 4 days. I definitely hope there's no knives. I'm a security guard, so that one. Yeah, dude. No, yeah, no knives, no knives, no knives. A song of knives and magic. That's the title right there. Jesus Christ, dude. Don't give that fucking guy any fucking ideas, dude. He won't fucking write it for another 20 fucking years, and by then he'll be a fucking corpse. Oh shit, that's funny. That's so fucking funny, dude. Oh man. That would like seriously really piss me off if I was into college football. Because like back in the old days, when I watched professional football, each conference had 3 divisions, which were Eastern, Central, and Western, or the West, Central, and East. And I remember when they the SEC 19 has changed. I like the Big Ten. But doesn't the Big Ten now only have 8 teams, or they have like 12 teams now? Or was that the Pac? Because I know UCLA and USC left the Pac 10 or whatever the fuck they call it and went to some other fucking conference to get a better TV deal. It's so fucking crazy how much TV deals are like fucking up sports or mucking them up. What the fuck? Oh, that's a scarf. Thought someone had a giant snake on their neck. Anyway, but yeah, so when what was it? And it always pissed me off that the Cowboys were in the East. I didn't understand. I'm like, that's stupid. But then when the new expansion teams came, it was the Jaguars and the Panthers. That kind of fucked some shit up, made shit weird. So then they went and realigned the conferences and did a north, south, east, and west for the NFC and the AFC. And I was fucking livid because Tampa Bay, because I was a Packers fan. So Tampa Bay moved to the South Division or the Southern Division or whatever the fuck they call it. And they weren't in Green Bay's division anymore. Which, again, why they were in the Central in the first place makes no sense, but whatever. But then they moved Seattle. This was the cardinal sin for me. They moved Seattle out of the AFC West into the NFC West. And I was like, cats or fucking dogs. Like, none of this makes sense. Like, my world's falling apart. It just like it made more sense logistically, but it fucked up the poster I had with all the teams' helmets on it, for one thing. But it fucked up my it fucked everything up. Like I felt like I didn't know what the fuck I was talking about anymore. So anyway, football, yay. That's my bitch with the foosball. My God. Oh. It makes you wonder why. Like I still don't know how I fucked my toe up and how I fucked my ankle up, but I have a mentalist trick where I predict the winners and the score. I'll Voxer it to you. Awesome, do that. And first off, A, does it work? And B, are you making money on this? Because if you're not making money on it, you're fucking up. So what are you doing? What's happening? I can kick your ass in the foosball billiards too. Oh, I don't know about billiards, but quite possibly foosball. I have no actual strategy in foosball. It's just power. Like, let me see how hard I can hit this fucking ball. Um, Absolutely no strategy or plan or anything. Bar tricks galore here. Hey, can you pick a cherry up in a snifter glass without touching the cherry? Huh? Yeah, I used to be a bartender for like 10 years. Like, I know all sorts of stupid ass bar tricks, dude. Trying to fucking entertain fucking drunks all night. Maybe that's why I was doing what I was doing last night. Jesus fucking Christ. Honestly, I would rather drink by myself. Like, I enjoy my drunken state a lot more when I'm alone. I grew up on a foosball table. That's not a whole lot of room, dude. Football the whole time. But that's a football or a football, not hand egg. Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they call it football other than you kick it at the beginning of the thing. I learned from Steve-O. Steve-O, the jackass guy. Or is there someone named Steve-O that I should actually know? Oh wait, isn't there like a Steve-O like radio sports guy? Am I getting that right? Uh it is way too bright outside right now. I guess I shouldn't complain because I know a lot of people out there right now are having some gray ass days. So that's cool. Blah. Nice. Nice. Jackass guy. Oh, okay. Nice. Well, folks, this is what's going to happen right now. I am still feeling a bit rough, so I am going to either drink a hot beer in a cold shower or drink a cold beer in a hot shower, or is it a warm beer and a warm beer and a warm shower? What's the fucking thing, guys? Like, what are you supposed to do? Is it cold shower, warm beer? Oh, God. Too much thinking. Too much thinking. Too much thinking. I enjoy the dark days in fall, Portland. Yeah, there is something to be said about that, like, kind of gloomy, um, chill days, like kind of chilly but not cold. I do kind of miss that. I don't miss the constant mist. Like, it's not really rain. It's not necessarily a drizzle, but it's just like warm Guinness in a hot shower And then JH says warm beer and a cold shower sounds horrible. And MP says warm beer never can be a good idea. Oh my God. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to go experiment. I'm going to figure out which one of these things I'm supposed to do. I don't think I'm going to drink a hot beer. I don't know how to do that without making it foam all over the place. So I'm going to attempt one of these fucking things. Ginger tea and lemon juice. There you go. That actually sounds good as shit. Especially with a little bit of brandy in that, but I'm not going to do that. Hello, Winterlindy. And probably, I fucked that up again, probably. But hello, it's good to see you. Like an outdoor bar in AZ. Yeah, totally, dude. Because like they do that shit out in the desert here too. The misters and shit. Oh my fucking God, dude. But yeah, but see, in AZ, it's cool because it's fucking like hot as fuck. So that mist feels good and feels refreshing. In Oregon, it's a nightmare because you go outside and you're like, yeah, it's not raining, it should be fine. And then you go and you get in the car or something, and the fucking windshield gets like and you have to run your wipers, even though there's like no fucking yeah, I'm Irish. We don't get hungover. Yeah, I don't get like here's the thing. Like when I was younger, I would wake up and want to fucking puke my brains out. And I would have to crawl around. I couldn't stand up straight. Like my stomach was so cramped. I don't get that anymore. I just get to where it's like the sun's too bright, noises are too loud, and I just feel kind of gross if I do it too hard. So, and typically, honestly, if you could just sleep an extra 2 or 3 hours, it should be fine. And you wake up fine. But when it's a Sunday and every fucking religious fanatic in the fucking neighborhood is fucking singing up a goddamn fucking storm, it wakes you up. It's not nice. In Oregon, it's a way of life. Yeah, for real. All right, guys, I'm going to split. I got to go take care of this. I got to take care of this guy right here. And hopefully, no more magic tricks and no more UFC. Like, let's kind of cross our fingers on that. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. Hugs and kisses. Thank you for hanging out with me and making this weird morning not feel so weird. You guys have a great rest of the day, and I will talk to you guys soon.